Members, it's time and we have a quorum. Item 1 on the agenda, confirmation of the minutes of the 6th meeting held on the 15th of November 2013. The minutes have been forwarded to members. We have not received any proposed amendments. Can we confirm the minutes, please? Thank you. Matters arising. Consultation on constitutional reform. When I met with the Chief Secretary, I told her that members would like me to convey this to her. That is, when she starts the consultation, she should come to the council meeting to make a statement on the consultation exercise on constitutional reform. And then she could also address points of elucidation after making the statement. The Chief Secretary said that at this point she would like to go to the panel on constitutional affairs to brief members on the consultation paper. Then there would be more time for the exchanges with members, and she would be happy to discuss with members their suggestions. In any case, the Chief Secretary keeps an open mind at this stage. Just now, as the chairman of the House Committee, I attended the luncheon in honor of Mr. Li Fei. I have obtained his speech. I've distributed it to members. And also this morning, he had a meeting with some principal officials and EXCO members and also government officials. The notes, I've obtained the notes of that. I have also distributed that to you. In any case, the administration will be making public such documents. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for obtaining the documents for us. Was the lunch good? Well, is a $350 lunch is more or less the same, like kind of quality. I wonder if you had taken the opportunity to inform the administration that this arrangement you or others may find inappropriate. Now, I wonder if you had a chance to do that. I suppose maybe they did not consult you first what to do, but there are 70 of us, so few could attend the meeting or the luncheon. So shouldn't the LegCo be given an audience on how this whole matter should be addressed? And apart from the lunch and the speech is there anything else that happened at the venue that we should learn about? Well, it was only on Wednesday that I was extended an invitation and informed about this luncheon with Mr. Li Fei, and I asked how come. Why didn't they invite the chairman and deputy chairman of the finance committee as well? Because then there will be wider representation. And I also suggested that there should be an occasion for him to meet all 70 members. That would have been the proper arrangement. And then during luncheon, Mr. Li Fei said during the question and answer session, he said it's the first time that he's visiting Hong Kong formally. And is actually saying more or less that he hasn't been to the old central government offices, the new central government offices, the old LegCo building, the new LegCo building, or even the Court of Final Appeal building. And he told the president said next time he would invite Mr. Li Fei to come to LegCo here, and he said he would be happy to accept the invitation. So we did mention that. And whatever happened that you may not know about is that there was a question and answer session. 5 questions were taken. Mr. Ronnie Tong, Mr. Dennis Kwong, and Mr. Dr. Leung Chung's questions were answered. So it's not that there's anything that needs to be kept secret. And these notes for the morning session lengthier and in greater detail than the speech during lunch, so maybe you would like to take a look at it. Deputy Chairman, anything to add, please? Well, nothing really, Mr. Chairman. For members who did not get a chance to attend the lunch, don't feel disappointed. Nothing happened, and the food wasn't that good either. Mr. Chairman, The administration wouldn't even listen to you. I think that's outrageous. Next Monday, when you go and meet with them, please tell them this. In future, of course, they should consult LegCo and not just a few of the members. And I hope that the administration will make better arrangement in future. They have to listen to the views of LegCo. I think it's ridiculous. Now, the House Committee Chairman offered them advice. They wouldn't take it on board. So please talk to them again on Monday. Something so inappropriate shouldn't happen again. Thank you. I'll pass that on. Mr. Leung Kwok-hong, well, I think it's such a joke. I've been saying this all the time. The government turns men into women, and other than that, it can do about everything. There's not a big enough venue, honestly. I hope Carrie Lam could come up with a better excuse. Otherwise, it's just a joke. Now, you said Director Li Fei is just to tell us things. He's not here to listen. Well, then it's up to us whether we go or not. And you've received 6 sheets of paper, fine. But Carrie Lam, please don't lie wide-eyed. Now, I'm not disappointed that I'm not invited. Now, I went 3 times the first time. They asked the assistant to take our banners. The second time, and they didn't take our letters. And this morning, I kept shouting, Li Fei, you should be able to tell right and wrong. And you can't really get away from meeting us. So I hope Carrie Lam will come up with a better lie and excuse. Now she's now so close to CY Leung. She's obviously been tainted by him. Now they say there is not an appropriate venue for the government to entertain more people. Honestly, Carrie Lam, you're setting a bad example for children. So I can ask members here, if your children getting married, you're going to have a banquet, would you say, sorry, we don't have enough space, we can't find a big enough venue, so we won't invite you? But I'm sure you will try to find a venue big enough to accommodate all your friends and relatives. And so, yes, Mr. Leung, I'll pass on your views. I just want you to tell Carrie Lam that she should tell better lies in future. Otherwise, it's really ridiculous. Okay, next, business arising from previous council meetings, Legal Service Division report on subsidiary legislation, gazetted on the 15th of November 2013 and tabled in council on the 20th of November 2013. Legal advisor, please. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's paper number LS15. There are 3 items of subsidiary legislation. For the first 2 items, they are on the same subject. Air Navigation, Hong Kong Order 1995, Amendment of Schedule 16, Order 2013. The other item on the same subject, Dangerous Goods, Consignment by Air Safety Regulations, Amendment of Schedule, Order 2013. For both items of subsidiary legislation is to amend the Air Navigation Hong Kong Ordinance and Dangerous Goods Consignment Air Ordinance. This is to give play to the amendments to the technical instructions for the safe transport of dangerous goods. It will commence on a day appointed by the Director General of Civil Aviation, and the target commencement day is the 1st of January 2013. In June this year, the panel on economic development was consulted. The members supported the legislative proposals in general. The third item of subsidiary legislation, Statutes of the University of Hong Kong Amendments Statutes 2013, is to add certain degrees and academic distinctions which may be conferred and awarded by Hong Kong U, and also to change the titles of certain degrees and academic distinctions. The item will come into operation on the 10th of January 2014. Okay, thank you. Members, any questions? If not, for the first 2 items, the air navigation and consignment by air order, do you wish to set up a subcommittee, please? I ask for a subcommittee. Who would like to join, please? Mr. Chen Kam Lam will join. So, Secretariat, please circulate to members. Next item, Statutes of the University of Hong Kong Amendment Statute in 2013. Do you wish to set up a subcommittee, members? No? Mr. Gary Fan proposes a subcommittee. Who would like to join, please? Again, the Secretariat will circulate papers to members. If I may remind members, the deadline for amending these items of subsidiary legislation is the 18th of December or 8th of January if extended. Next, further business for the Council meeting of the 27th of November 2013. Tabling of papers. Report number 5/1314 of the House Committee on Consideration of Subsidiary Legislation and Other Instruments. The report covers 8 items of subsidiary legislation, the period for amendment of which will expire on the 27th of November. Regarding the Post Office Amendment Regulation 2013 and the 3 orders made under Section 49(1)(a) of the Inland Revenue Ordinance relating to avoidance of double taxation, the respective chairman of the 2 subcommittees on these items of subsidiary legislation had indicated their intention to speak on the 4 items of subsidiary legislation. So as the chairman of the House Committee, I will therefore move a motion at the Council meeting to take note of the report in relation to these items of subsidiary legislation. In accordance with Rule 49(e)(7) of the Rules of Procedure, if the motion relates to more than one item of subsidiary legislation, the debate on that motion may be divided into sessions, each of which relates to one or more items of subsidiary legislation. We propose that in the first session we will deal with the Post Office Amendment Regulation 2013, and in the second session we will deal with the 3 orders made under the Inland Revenue Ordinance. These are actually orders signed with Guernsey, Qatar, and Republic of Italy. These are agreements on avoidance of double taxation and so on. So members, you each have 50 minutes to speak if you so wish. Any questions, please? No? Questions? Mr. Albert Ho, Dr. Leong Kar Lau, and Dr. Kwok Ka Ki have replaced their oral questions. Next business for the Council meeting of the 4th of December 2013. Questions? 22 questions have been scheduled, 6 oral and 16 written. Bills first reading and moving of second reading, no notice has been received yet. Government no motions, no notice has been received yet. Members' motions. Motion under the Legislative Council Powers and Privileges Ordinance to be moved by Ms. Claudia Mo. To appoint a select committee to inquire into issues relating to the vetting and approval by the Hong Kong SAR government of domestic free television program service license applications. Second motion to be moved by Mr. Frederick Fung, establishing a low-income subsidy system. And another motion removed by Mr. Wu Chi-wai, the policy on enclaves. If I may remind members, the deadline for giving notice of amendments to the above 3 motions is the 27th of November. There is a list containing 3 items of subsidiary legislation, the period of amendment of which will expire on the 4th of December, has been tabled at the meeting. If you wish to speak, please indicate by 5 p.m. on Tuesday, the 26th of November. Any questions, please? Next, report of bills committees and subcommittees. Report of the Subcommittee on Country Parks Destination Consolidation Amendment Order 2013.
Mr. Ho. Thank you, Chairman. The amendment order seeks to incorporate 3 enclaves into the designated country parks respectively through the use of maps, and the greatest controversy is with Saiwan Enclave. Basically, the controversy has to do with the development of private land and conservation. It's very controversial. Details are set out in the subcommittee's report, but I'd like to raise this point here, and that is as to whether LegCo has the power to amend or repeal the amendment order. On the last occasion, in relation to the Country Parks Ordinance, in 2010, LegCo repealed the amendment order. At the time, the government advised that LegCo does not have the power to do so, and in the scrutiny exercise this time, some members raise this point on behalf of the subcommittee to repeal one of the amendments on the maps, and on the 4th of December this will be put to a vote, and the legal advisor of the Council maintains the view that LegCo has the power to amend or repeal the amendment order under the Country Parks Ordinance. Another point is that judicial review proceedings have been initiated in relation to the draft map, and the legal advisor has advised us that the court has yet to accept the application for judicial review, so our work should not clash with the JR, and we have completed our deliberations. Ms. Emily Lau. Well, I heard, and as reported in the media, and Chairman, I suppose you have read about it as well, several thousand protesters will be coming to LegCo. Of course, in Hong Kong, we're free to hold demonstrations, so we welcome them to LegCo. The Secretariat, however, will be facing some pressure. I hope that arrangements could be made. For members arranging for thousands of protesters to come to LegCo, please inform the Secretariat beforehand so that the demonstration can be conducted in a rational, peaceful manner without the use of vulgar language. Mr. Lau, because with several thousand people gathering here, I suppose concerns will be raised, so you should inform the Secretariat. But of course, the Secretary General will entertain the protesters no matter how many of them gather here. There is a concern over several thousand people surrounding LegCo, and we hope that this will be kept in an orderly manner. In the Chamber and the Council, we may be having a marathon debate, but I hope outside the demonstration will be peaceful. Anything you can tell us? Mr. Lau Wong Fat. Nothing to supplement. I appeal to members to support my amendment. Mr. Abraham Shek. Chairman, I hope members can also inform the organizers of the Occupy Central campaign that it might be a small concern with just several thousand people at LegCo, but with tens of thousands of people in Central, that's a bigger issue. I just want to make it clear that this can be held in a non-violent, peaceful and rational manner without using abusive language. Chairman, at the time, well, you were not a LegCo member. You don't recall the hurling of chickens and pigs. And we had this experience, and that's why I raised the point. Mr. Chen Kam-lam. Chairman, I agree with Ms. Emily Lau. I recall that recently, in relation to the free-to-air TV license incident, many people occupied the carriageways and obstruct public places, and some members even found it difficult to enter the LegCo building for meetings. So I hope Ms. Emily Lau's words could be heard by all of us. We were blocked on our way out of the car park, and they even shouted abuse at us and banged on our cars. And members from import-export sector, and yet abuse was shouted at Mr. Wang Ting-kwang. So I think I agree with Ms. Emily Lau. Dr. Loy Kwok. Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to spend some time to make my point as well, because I'm a member of this subcommittee on the Country Parks Amendment Order. But I reckon some members of the public, as well as members, might not be clear what the amendment is about. They think that, in fact, Tai Long Sai Wan enclave will be excluded from the country parks, but in fact, most of the Tai Long Sai Wan site is within country parks. What the controversy is about is that the enclave contains private land as well as and also whether it should be incorporated in the country park. I think we should clarify this point because I've received emails and it seems that some people have misunderstood the point. In fact, the majority of the site is within the country park already. We're not going to exclude it. The administration's proposal is to incorporate private land as well as village houses into the country park, and this is the controversy. And at the subcommittee meeting, we talked about alternative approaches. Well, Dr. Lo Wai-kok, you might have to explain this to the members of the public through another channel. Next item, report of the Subcommittee on Arbitration Amendment Ordinance 2013, commencement notice. Mr. Dennis Kwok.
Work of scrutinizing the Arbitration Amendment Ordinance 2013, commencement notice, and has no objection to the commencement notice. The subcommittee has urged the administration to allocate more resources and put in more efforts to promote Hong Kong as a regional center for arbitration and dispute resolution services. The Department of Justice has undertaken to continue to join forces with arbitration bodies in Hong Kong and relevant stakeholders to promote the use of arbitration services in Hong Kong and to foster the development of specialized arbitration. Thank you, Chairman.
Wow.
All right. May I remind members that the deadline for amending the two items of subsidiary legislation by the above subcommittees is the 4th of December, and the deadline for giving notice of amendments, if any, is Wednesday, 27th of November. Position on bills, committees and subcommittees. As of 21st of November, Thursday, there are 9 bills committee, 8 subcommittees on the HC, and 7 subcommittees on policy issues on the panels. 4 subcommittees are on the waiting list. Nothing on the AOB meetings.